All right, we're back here at After the Bell. I want to spend the last few minutes of our coverage this hour talking a little bit about where the economy might go from here now that we know that President Trump has been impeached by the House. We know that a Senate trial if it were to take place after he leaves office, would certainly take some time. And how about the members of the House and the Senate and the new president? Will they be more inclined to work together, or will this drive us further apart? What does that mean for the recovery? Jackie DeAngelis joining us from our newsroom in New York, and Fox Business contributor Jon Hilsenrath from the Wall Street Journal also on hand there from Washington. You first, Jon, just to start us off, because just by the nature of how long it will take, there might be some impact on the economy if they choose to go forward with a trial in the Senate, even after a new president is in place, and we're in the middle of a pandemic after all. You have a take on that?
Well, I think it presents a challenge for Biden, who wants to come in right away and move on two fronts. One is addressing coronavirus, which is the economic issue of the moment, and also moving forward with another form of a stimulus plan, including a lot of new spending. And if it gums up the Senate, it could slow down that process. It sounds like, he's talking to Senate leaders about trying to, walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell just came out with a statement in the last few minutes, Jackie, essentially confirming what we already knew, that there will be no trial beginning of the next few days, and that he says we should spend the next 7 days just getting ready, make the inauguration as safe as possible, and the orderly transition of power and all of that. So that leaves us with maybe dealing with this 1 o'clock in the afternoon many days in January, which would be quite something.
Yeah, I agree with Jon to an extent that this is sort of cutting off your nose in spite of your face, right? It's going to be more difficult for the incoming administration to try to work on some of the policies and implement some of the reform that they want to. It's going to take a longer time, Connell. But I'm looking a little bit past that once we get through this, and I'm thinking about how those proposed policies are going to impact the economy and also the stock market. When it comes to the economy, I think higher taxes, more regulation, it'll have a chilling effect on business. You're going to see that have a trickle-down effect. It's going to have a ripple effect within the labor market. As Jon said, trying to recover from the coronavirus right now, that could be two really difficult components at the same time. On the other hand, I will say this, Wall Street may not react to it because it does love its economic and fiscal stimulus. With interest rates low, you'll still see people investing in the market, and the market could stay high. Now, President Trump used the market as a measure of the broader economy, but not everybody does. I really think it's about wage growth, it's about unemployment, and all those issues that impact real people.
And that brings the Federal Reserve, Jon, into the discussion. Obviously, go ahead, and how it might handle this, I was going to say, but go ahead.
Well, I think the Fed is on the sidelines for most of 2021. I mean, they've pushed interest rates to near zero, and they're pumping a lot of money through bond buying into the economy. I think the handoff is now to the Treasury, with Janet Yellen, the former Fed chair, leading it. And I think what we're going to get on economic policy is two fronts, really. I think the first thing they're going to do is a big spending package. So I don't think the tax proposals come until late in the year at best. The first thing that they want to do is get the economy going. The other thing I would just say is remarkable to me. The markets have held up in the last week. That tells you something about the market's enthusiasm about the economy.